Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Well, if it looks like I've already been working, that's because I have. I'm way past due. I know, kicking myself in the butt for letting the barn get this kind of shape, but I've had it on time lapse for 30 minutes, 45 minutes while I've been working, taking stuff out that doesn't need to be protected in an EMP proof building. So that can go in the other building. And since I done a lot of getting rid of stuff up there and organizing, and I've got some more to do, but I've done a lot. There's room for a lot more stuff up there that doesn't need to be in here as far as EMP protection or climate controlled, because you see the little heater on the, let me see, you see that freezer, see the little black box right there? That's a little electric heater that I keep plugged into a digital thermostat like I do for the air conditioning and all that. During the winter months, I leave that plugged up set for 45, so if it gets 45 or lower in here, it comes on. Keeps the building from getting too cold, so the food doesn't, freeze and so on. And then in the spring, summer, and fall, I have the air conditioner plugged into it, and it keeps it from getting above about 75 or 80 in here. That, or maybe, yeah, I think it's 80. But that helps the food last a lot longer, keeping it from getting too cold, too hot, and so on. But I've got other stuff in here besides food. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my counting for you, Johnny. 10 gallons of bleach down here. One of them looks like it's got a leak. I see the stain on the floor where it's leaked out. So, I've got to get this stuff organized and moved. And that does not need to be climate controlled. It does not need to be EMP protected. So all that stuff's going to get taken up to the other building and stored up there once I'm done cleaning it. But like I've got some cat litter boxes, the 5-pound, plastic totes or tubs. I've got 3 of those over there full of the homemade laundry detergent. Plus some smaller containers up top. So what I'm trying to do is get this stuff organized. I took that big metal plastic tote y'all saw on top of another one right here when I first started the time lapse. That's full of the medical stuff that I use, for cold, flu, whatever, but also my monthly prescriptions and that kind of stuff. So I keep all that in there, and that one I need to get to, because when I run out, I get more for that, and then I take some up to the house. And I'm just trying to get it organized. I should never let it get this way. Christmas before the one we just had, so a little over a year ago, I built all my grandchildren a wooden BB gun, basically, a rubber band gun. So I got in here and I made them because they never came in the barn. So it was a good place for me to work. But I've got sawdust everywhere. I've got scraps of wood everywhere all over the floor. And it's kind of made a mess in here, and it just grew from there. So I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned up. I'm going to get it moved and hopefully get this building organized so I can go back through all the foods. I need to clean that freezer out. Looking at me, y'all, this freezer's 5 foot, It's full. It's full, and I came in here a couple of months ago, and I don't have a light switch. I turn a breaker on and off. Well, apparently myself or somebody hit a breaker they wasn't supposed to and turned it off. The one directly across from the lights is that receptacle where that freezer's on, and it had been off for a couple of days. Now it was closed, so the ice stayed in there, all that, but ice cream melts faster than other stuff, and there was some ice cream in there that made a mess. So I plan on emptying that freezer out, throwing out what I don't want to save anymore, cleaning that freezer, and then restocking it, because I've got, a lot of the little chest freezer in the house is slapped full, and I've still got to grind that deer that I shot, and I've got it all ready to grind, but I don't have a place to put it yet. So it's going to have to go in that chest freezer, and that means I need to get a lot of the long-term storage stuff out of there and brought down here. So it's just a process. I know you all go through the same thing, but maybe you won't let yours get as bad as I did, but No excuses. I shouldn't let it get this bad, but I did. So I'm going to work today to try to get it cleaned up and, you know, go through it with a fresh set of eyeballs and go, why do I have all my nuts and bolts and screws down here when they don't need EMP protection or climate control? They can go in that other building. So on the back of the door that I never opened, which is directly behind y'all now, I've got it swung open. I've got all my little screw bins screwed to that thing. I'm going to take them down and move them up to the other building because they're just using up space here that I don't need it to do. And I'm going to leave the air compressor in here. One is because it is climate controlled and I don't want it outside. I don't want it up in that building that I don't keep climate controlled. But two is it's better protected in here. It's going to last me a lot longer. And I've got the rack outside where all my air hose hangs on that rack. And it just makes it a little bit more convenient for me if I need to pump up the tractor tires, lawnmower tires, or whatever. Used to have it on the old building, but I always had to drive up there to it or stretch out all that hose. I've got enough hose to go all the way across the property. But who wants to stretch all that out every time you want to pump up a tire? So that kind of stuff, I'm going to try to get it organized and get some stuff out of here that I'm not really saving. It just got put here. I've got my dumpster down here, hobo as us South Georgia folks call it. And I'm probably going to fill that thing up today, or at least half full. I have filled it up a few times in the past when I went through this building, because you all know, home canned food doesn't last forever. If that seal pops and it loses its seal, that food's no good. So what I do is I'll dump it out and I'll take the inside and wash all of the jars and stuff in the dishwasher or by hand if I have to, and get it good and clean and put them back in a container and store them till I'm ready to use them again. So it's just a lot of process, but this is where the vast majority of my food preps are stored. And if you look on the shelves behind me, there's a lot of home canned jars back there. I haven't counted them in a couple of years. I used to have almost 800, but at that time I also had over almost 2,000 cans of food bought from the store. And I'm nowhere near that now. I might be a couple of hundred at best. So I've got it down to an amount that I can manage more myself and it not, go bad on me. So that's the idea. I've got to get this cleaned up. I'm not as good a prepper as I should be if I don't keep this organized. So, I'm not saying, y'all know I don't like people making negative smart butt comments. That there's no need for that. But, helpful criticism, I'm all for that. If you got something that'll help me do better down here, then, leave me a comment, send me an email, whatever. It's all in the About Me section on my page info here. I'm not hard to get a hold to. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that have subscribed. I'm going to time lapse most of what I'm doing in here today, and when I edit all of that, I'm going to condense it down to a lot less time than sitting here for an hour of time lapse watching me clean all this mess up. So I'm just going to try to take tidbits from it and put it together and make this video for y'all that 30-40 minutes would be ideal. So we'll see how it goes. I appreciate all y'all's support. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Ask me questions, send me emails, whatever it is, comment on the video. I appreciate that, and I try to respond to everybody. So thank y'all. Let's get back to work. Alright guys, there's a lot more to do than I was expecting, so as usual, it's kicking my butt. I'm sitting in a little fold out camp chair, taking a break. I'll flip the screen around. I've been pulling the totes out, going through them, and anything that's Mylar bagged, which is all those totes in the back there on the bottom, too heavy to pick up. All I can do is barely slide them. Everything in there is Mylar bagged. So my plan is to take everything that's not 100% sealed like it should, take it in the house, open it, see if it's good. If it's good, re-Mylar bag it with fresh oxygen absorbers and, you know, get it sealed back up and put back out here. But if it's still holding strong, it looks like old coffee you used to buy off the shelf, little brick, you know, then I'm putting it back in this other tote. So I've been through two, and I got the big one up here by the air compressor. There's no way I can pick that up. Two people would struggle, but either way, it's over half full, about 3/4 of the way full. And the little gray one up top there, you see the bags piled on top of that are some that's not quite sealed as well as I'd like them to be. So I'm going to go through all of that. I've already thrown 1 or 2 away because, you know, you get the little bugs. Us down in South Georgia, we call them weevils. I don't know what they are, but they'll get in and bore through the bag and get into the food and ruin it. So it is what it is. That's part of it when you store this much food, of going through and having a lot that you've got to throw out. So I'm cleaning. I'm using a bleach spray to clean out all, you know, wipe all the totes down, making sure I leave nothing that's going to harm my food, and get it packaged back up, sweep as I pull them out and put back in there. And, you know, I wish I had more totes like these black ones with the lid that lock down. They are a lot better. They've got wheels on one end, but I got one somewhere else. I thought I had 3 of them, but it's not full of food. It's full of other stuff. And I don't know if some of y'all caught it. I may have cut it out of the film, but I was trying to put that big tote of radio equipment. It's CB radios, amplifiers, ham radios, all that stuff I've got in there. I was trying to put it up on the shelf, and it was just too much for me to go up with, so it come down, and I busted the bottom of the tote when it hit the floor. So I'm going to have to do something with that, probably buy a new tote and put it in. Maybe a little bit smaller tote. These bigger ones are just more than I can pick up. If y'all have never done it, these big totes like this, you could fit a teenage child in. I mean, they weigh a couple 100 pounds. They weigh more than I do. And I'm a strong old man, but that thing whooped my butt. I got it up to the edge, and that's as far as I could get it, and had to control fall it down, and I still busted the bottom of the tote. So that cost me a little bit, but you know what? I'm making progress. It's probably not going to get done today. I've got a helper coming that's going to come help me. I got a buddy, my buddy that works with me from work. He's agreed to come out and help me. I should have asked earlier, to be honest, but it is what it is. And if he doesn't want to be on film, then I probably won't record when he's working. But I've got to get it done, so I need help, and you know, that's part of it. But I will definitely show y'all what this looks like when I'm done. I'm planning on making a list of exactly what I've got in here, as far as, because I don't have it written down. I want to go through every jar again. I want to go through every tote again, go through that freezer. I want to get this thing to where I know exactly what's in here and hang the list in there, and when something comes out, mark it off the list, you know, and so on and so forth. But that's an ambitious goal for me, because I'm not that organized of a person. So I'm going to try. And then Sweet Pea's got to go in there and look around. But anyway, something I did learn, that gallon of bleach right there that was leaking, y'all, that bleach leaked out onto the plywood floor. That's 3/4 inch plywood on the floor. it actually put a hole through the plywood about a 1/2 inch diameter. It's about 1.5 inches, but it got down to the, you know, the bottom part of the hole, a little funnel type hole, and put a hole all the way through the plywood. I've never seen anything like that. So that tells you how caustic bleach really is. So you don't want to store that anywhere above or near anything that could cause problems. So, Sweet Pea, leave that alone. Look at being stubborn. But I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys watching. I think I'm going to end this video here because I've got, you know, 9 minutes of me talking earlier and almost 6 here, and I've got some time lapse done. So I'm going to just start a new video, and if he doesn't mind being on video, then he'll be in a time lapse. But I appreciate you guys watching, all those that have subscribed. Look, I've told y'all many times, I don't hide the truth. So the truth is, I let this get out of control. It's a lot for one person to take care of, and now I'm paying the piper, as they say. So I'm going to get this done. It may take me the rest of the day and some tomorrow, but I'm going to get it done and show y'all a video of what I've got and how it's done when I'm done. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. All right, guys. This is a quick little update. You see, I still have not gotten the off-grid system done, but I've got a few other radios in here that I want to get clean. I bought some tuna cleaner to help clean all the knobs and switches up so there's, you know, get static out of them. And I got to screw these shelves down, but we did get some shelves cut so that I can start putting stuff in here. I just cut the boards I had in half. I'm a few inches short on each side, but it'll be okay. Most of it's probably going to be in little plastic totes or something, you know. That's going to make it easy to slide on and off shelf and label. So medical's going in this closet, communications is going in this closet, and off-grid power, which is what I wrote down. So that's my son left it here. So that little fridge is going to actually stay in here because some medical stuff needs to stay cold. And I keep my dog and cat food in here. So this old homemade gun rack built years ago. My son had a school project he wanted to do, and we did it for him. But it's going to go away. Little BB guns and stuff on there, you know, nothing. But anyway, we did make some progress. And I don't know how far y'all go back in the videos, but basically made an EMP proof container or box that you can put some radios or something in and seal it up and protect it. I've got to get this radio done. I've actually planned on getting more microphones wired for the base station because it's the same as my Unity Grant XL mobile radio. Same microphone plug and everything. So that's going to work. You see I got the little bell thing with the adapter to hook to the antenna outside. So I've gotten some stuff done. I'm just nowhere near done. No need to put the panel box up until I get that other side filled back in and sheetrocked and that old transfer switch taken down because I don't need it with the new one. So there's still a lot to do. I've got more projects than I'll probably get done before I'm dead and gone because, you know, I'll probably be an enemy. My dog was barking. I was just looking. But anywho, I wanted to do a quick video and show y'all. I appreciate y'all watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. I've got days worth of work left to do for getting the barn back in organized condition, you know, inventoried. It's going to take me days. It's not going to be one evening or two. So anyway, I turned the light off. So I appreciate you guys, really do. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe and be prepared. All right, guys, I decided to come out here and show you what we ended up with. I've still got a lot to do. But the floor is pretty much cleaned all the way out to the door. Came in here. That's my trash box. I keep that, and that's where it goes. So I got one tote that I still, you know, I left it soaking. I need to get that one clean, and I'll be taking it up to the house to put the other stuff in, the good stuff that I go through and reseal and all that. And I still got a lot of tools I got to move out of here that don't need to be here. You know, counters just get covered. This is where boxes were dumped. So anywho, we got a lot done. We went through all the totes, and I've got 6 totes up at the house that are over full that I've got to go through, and I'm sure some of that will get thrown away. But I'll package up all the stuff that I go through. The stink bug dead on the floor. Anyway, and I'll fill, you know, one tote at a time and bring it down and get it put back up under there where it belongs. But everyone that's there is packed to the gills. There's not any partial. So, as I was telling y'all, these bigger totes here with the handle and the wheel, they work great at keeping things closed, but it's full. So those 2 back there are packed. This one's full. This one's full. We went through a few of the jars. We didn't pull them out and go through like I'm planning on it, but I found one. And I think we might have bumped it actually and knocked the lid loose because it hasn't even molded or anything. So that's got to get poured out. But long ways to go, but a lot of progress. So my goal today is I'm going to go get the hobo and bring it down here and get this freezer cleaned out so that I can move food from the freezer up top in the house down here. And that won't take any more space on the floor. You know, I'll still be able to keep it somewhat organized and get it done. I'm just going to have to take steps at a time, but It's been whew, a while since I could walk in there like this. So excuse me, but anyway, I wanted to show y'all the end result. There is still a ton, couple tons actually, of food in here, and I got to go through every bit of it. So at least we've got. I mean, those totes there probably weigh 350 to 400 pounds a piece. They're way too heavy for you to grab and pick up. I'd guess 300 is what I would guess, because him and I together could grab it and pick it up, but it was all we could do. Rolling it is a whole lot easier. So that's just too much. But I did a rough estimate on the jarred food. There is close to, I would guesstimate, around 700 to 800 jars of food in here, plus the freezer and the store-bought can and bottled stuff here. So, you know, and I got salt up top, and we still got, there's a tote and a box back there, and 6 totes over here. So there's a lot of food in here, but either way, I wanted to show y'all what it looked like when we finished for the day. And it's a whole new day. I've already been to church and come back, so I'm gonna go over there and take care of the chickens and, you know, get them fed and all that, and then I'm gonna bring the dumpster down here and start going through that freezer. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you don't let yours get in as bad a shape as I did mine, but, you know, every one of us are guilty at some point in time. So hope everybody learned something. I hope it inspired you to move ahead and get prepared, and we can face what's coming a whole lot better. Thank you for watching. Remember what I always tell you: Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.